Dustin Chafin.
You just call me Doug? I don't know what it
No, I forgot the name of the show.
Oh, you know, it happens. I mean, you do like 6 shows on here, so
Yeah.
it's understandable.
I thought for a second it was your other show.
Oh, so yeah, other show. We got lots of shows here.
Yeah.
I got the scored with the ComedyHub.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We seem to figure out the code. Just be nice to Jay once in a while and bring up the Cubs. That's what I said.
Oh, you got to bring up the Cubs.
Yes. Don't you know that?
I haven't been doing.
You
it.
don't even know what that is, right? You like baseball, though, right? You don't like it.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Bears. You're not talking about.
Don't do that.
Maybe
You'll
Bears.
lose your show if you don't know who the Cubs are. That's how Jay will get very disappointed.
Chicago.
Yes, Chicago.
Yeah.
Baseball
Baseball.
team.
I used to like baseball when I was a kid.
Yeah, that doesn't count. We liked everything when we were kids. It doesn't count. It's like I used to hide and go seek when I was a kid. It's like, what you like now is what matters. The present.
Oh.
But the
Well,
moment.
yeah, I don't really care too much about baseball now. But
We had fun though. I took you to a baseball game.
oh yeah, I like to go to see a game live. I just don't follow games anymore. I won't watch it on TV as an adult. I just don't care about I don't keep up with the stats. But if somebody's going to a game, I'll go to a game. I'll have a hot dog. You know.
Have like a $13 hot dog.
Yeah, why not? $13 hot
Hilarious.
dog.
Very cool. Well, this is an exciting day. This is an exciting day here in Dustin's vinyl history. I'll bring up the other dorks in a minute, but it's a beautiful day. This is the love episode. This is the love episode. Let's bring him out, the lovely brothers. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Adam Holtz and Jeffrey Paul. Look at Adam. He's got
Hey, guys.
he's got the logo.
Oh, he's
You
got the
actually
logo.
care. You care, Adam.
Yeah.
That's why I love you, buddy. You care.
Just got to have it animated, but
I like it. I mean, you sound like you're in a well, but your
I know.
logo looks good. Adam's very disappointed because he's very much a perfectionist when it comes to his sound and
Yeah.
microphone. But you won't know this because he'll do the thing in post because he's the post magician.
right.
Cool. What's up, everybody? This is exciting. This is the love episode.
Love.
Love. You know how I was inspired by this episode? I was reading something and I think all that horrible stuff with the submarine and all that. It was like the comments, and it's just everything on the internet is like, even if it's art or some sort of topical thing, whatever, it's just always just riddled with negativity. Like everybody is just like, they'll bring down anybody. And it's just like from sports guys to artists, and it's just like, oh my God, it's so annoying. So even on this show, part of the charm is that we don't agree and that we fight and we argue and we say that guy sucks. But it is kind of funny when you're on the show and you're doing an album and it really means a lot to you, and then as soon as the next person gets to talk, they're like, oh, I think it sucked.
Hell yeah.
Like, it means so
happens
much
to
to
me.
me. Yeah, help me get through my dad's cancer, and you're like, that album sucks, boss. I can't believe you listened to that. It's like such a funny dynamic here on the show. So I just thought it was funny to just do a thing where we avoid that today. We stay positive, and we keep it upbeat, and we keep it love in the house. So yeah, you guys with me on that? Or we can do this. I think we have it in us. We're pretty edgy guys, but we can
Love.
do it. We can do it. Let's see. I'm gonna do some random pulls that are just albums that I love. No particular reason, no particular order. Just albums that I love. I love this ZZ Top album. I think this is one of the greatest ZZ Top albums to ever exist. Digiello or Diablo? Digiello. I can never say it. What is that, Jeff? Digiello? Dieglo. That's it. Jeff's part Spanish.
Is he?
He is.
Yeah, from the waist down.
Hey, there we go. We love Spanish people. I just have to say that because it's the love episode.
I like that you asked. He's not even. I'm Puerto Rican, and you didn't ask
That's
me.
right. You're not Puerto Rican.
I don't know Spanish.
Habla español, compadre? No, you don't speak Spanish.
No.
I speak better Spanish. This has got Nationwide, which is a great song. It's I Thank You is a great song. Cheap Sunglasses. I mean, this is just a really cool album. This is like early ZZ Top before Eliminator, and just real bluesy ZZ Top. You know, Eliminator was kind of more of the MTV stuff they were doing, which is good. But I really like this old school Dallas kind of bluesy stuff that they were doing. Really cool album. And let's see, we'll stay on the blues theme. Gary Clark Jr., love him. This is a cool album. The story of Sonny Boy Slim. It's kind of a concept album, and just great songs. The Healing, Grinder, Star, Our Love. Speaking of Grinder,
Did you just pick that up, Dustin?
No, I've had this a little bit. Yeah, this is a little.
Because I'm curious, like, how much a new album compared to like what the original cost of that ZZ Top would have cost?
I probably got this ZZ Top in a bend. It actually wasn't much, probably about $6. This was probably 20, 25 or something. It's got 3 albums in it, so it's probably at least 30. 26, you know, it depends where you get it. This is kind of a rare one. There's not a lot of these. It's kind of a limited run, so you know, it's going to be more. But yeah, I mean, I like the combination of two. I like sifting for. I would prefer an original print, but sometimes, you know, you like this guy's a new artist, so it's going to be technically a new album. But
Yeah, it's an original
yeah,
press.
so you're gonna, you know, just really depends on what you get. But like, you know, but this is an old school, one of my favorites.
Wow, that's a great album.
It's a great album. I love this. But these are all albums I put on all the time. I just love this album. This is like top to bottom. Hollywood Nights, Old Time Rock and Roll, Feels Like a Number, still the same. That's a great song. Yeah, this whole album is top to bottom so good. It was good. And I remember my mom, she like always played the 8-track in the car and stuff. So this is like a big part of my childhood stuff. Another new album. I like Chris Stapleton. Talked about this one before. This is I love this. I play this album on just the regular. Really, some of the best modern country music you're gonna hear. Yeah, we're going retro. We're going Guns N' Roses. Love this album.
Oh.
Can't go wrong with Appetite. You know, it's kind of one of those. You put it on, it changes your mood.
Top 5
shit out the
debut album of
window.
all time.
It's like it's good stuff.
Yeah.
you get revved up, and then yeah, it's a good groove. Let's see. Love that. And you know, I love this is my Cult album, which I just love this new album because it's great when, you know, your band, you've heard all their stuff, and then when they have a new album, it's so nice to hear something different they're doing. So even though it sounds similar to their stuff, it's still nice to hear a new album. And yeah, it's all right. You guys could do round and pulls too if you want. I don't know what you got behind you.
Yep.
This is Albert King. This is a great blues guy, so I play this one quite a bit. You guys getting? I guess I should have told you what I was doing. I'm like in the middle of this.
I got some.
If you guys want to,
I got a bunch
ready.
here.
I was gonna do a random poll, but you had all mine.
did I?
Yeah.
That was a pretty good random pull. What'd you have, Adam? You had something?
So I just got a Depeche Mode Violator.
Oh,
Nice.
great album.
That's a good album. You know, they're kind of like Duran Duran. what
Right.
what Anthony said?
I always
it
get
was,
them confused. I always get Duran
I
Duran.
forgot what he said. He said something like, if like, you know, Duran Duran didn't try hard or something. I don't know. He said something weird.
I forget what I said too. But I always get them confused. Duran Duran and
Not
Depeche
even
Mode.
close, dude.
Hey, really?
How about the Eels and Weezer? Is that similar? Not to you.
No. You know,
How about-
To me, they kind of are, but not.
Yeah, I think that way about like Taylor Swift and Led Zeppelin. I mean, I can't get them. They're
what's the difference?
They're exactly the same. You know, song arrangement. You know, they're exactly the same.
Yeah, anyway,
Let that fall.
that all you
I
got?
got
What do you
here's
got?
another one. Another recent pickup. Joe Jackson, Night and Day.
yeah,
that's a good one.
Jackson.
I have that one
All
too.
Yeah.
That's a great one.
It's a great one. Stepping Out, Breaking Us in Two. It's such a good one.
I do prefer Look Sharp, but that is also a great album.
That was more punky. He starts to get a little bit.
That one up too.
He starts to get more jazzy as starting with Night and Day, and then he goes really into full-fledged jazz.
I don't think I've really gone down the Joe Jackson hole. Really, I mean, obviously he's important, but I think I kind of missed him a little bit. You guys big fans? You guys do a lot of
he kind of fell off the earth, but I did run into him, and I had a couple of drinks with him, and a very interesting conversation.
Talk about Trump.
Yeah, he did. I saw him. He actually performed on Staten Island years ago. So I brought it up to him, and he remembered the gig, and he said, out of all the gigs he ever did, that was easily the worst one he ever had.
Wow.
People always say that about a Staten Island gig. I think my worst one was a Staten Island.
Yours is really funny, though. I'm glad you had two. I was there for one of them.
That one wasn't as bad, but the diner on New Year's Eve was pretty bad.
Hysterical.
That was pretty bad. Yeah. They had a Jewish guy, and I only say Jewish guy because he had like the yarmulke and everything. Like he was all in, is all I'm saying. And they had him sing some Jewish New Year song, like in the middle of my act. Like he wanted him to sing the Jewish New Year song. I didn't even know that was a thing.
This was the same gig when the owner started heckling you.
Yes, same gig,
and then came up on stage.
Gig. And like 3 times he interrupted me, and one time was like to just buy some drinks or whatever, and then one time was this Jewish guy, older Jewish man, to sing the Jewish New Year song before I was finished. And I was like, he kept grabbing my microphone, and then the third time it was like physical. I was like, you're not taking my mic, dude.
I know that Jewish New Year song. It's called "You Pay the Bill." That's what it is.
It's a love episode. We love the Jews.
I'm just saying that's the name of the song. That's all I'm saying. It's the name of the song.
Jewish people tip. You're Jewish, right, Adam?
No.
Okay. Anthony played a Hasidic Jew in a movie, right?
Yeah. I probably shouldn't have done that, but
why?
Well, I don't know. They probably could have gotten somebody who was Jewish.
Oh, you feeling guilty that you were?
But that's acting. That's acting.
Yeah, what do you care? About? You think? Oh, do you feel guilty about it?
I don't know. I don't know if that was crossing a line.
How's it
you have to be Jewish to play a Jewish role?
Well, a Hasidic Jewish guy. I mean, I was an extra, really. So it's probably not a big deal.
Well, look at you. I mean, with this hat and that face, like
I had the big
and those glasses and that beard, and that you,
and you're wearing blue. Jewish people love blue. I don't know.
Do they? I've heard that they love the color blue.
We're kind of getting it mixed up with the
color
Amish.
Blue. They love it.
No, yeah.
The weird episode, but it's good to love things because love. Let's go off music for a minute. Adam, what's a go-to movie that you love? What's something that just makes you happy when you watch it?
I mean, a go-to movie for me, a movie I really love is Boogie Nights.
Now,
I don't know if it's a go-to for like. It's a great movie. It's definitely one that every time it's on, I'll watch it. I just think it's got a great soundtrack. It has a great style to it. And I mean, I remember seeing that. I think it came out in '97, and even just seeing it in the theaters, I was just blown away by it.
Yeah, that's a good movie. Burt Reynolds, he didn't want to do that movie. Like
right.
Paul Thomas Anderson, he had to beg him to do it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like, and that kind of gave him a comeback. He got nominated, I think, for Oscar and stuff. He should have won it. I don't think he won it. But yeah,
I think it was Best Supporting Actor. I think he did win.
Did he win?
Burt Reynolds? He did not.
I got to look this up.
He did not win.
He did not win for that. He was nominated, but he did not win.
He didn't win. His hairpiece won. He didn't win.
You think he was wearing a hairpiece in that movie?
Well, hairpiece his whole life. Oh, I didn't think you knew. See, I never know. You have a good straight face.
No, I know he didn't win. It's a great movie.
Oh yeah, it was Cuba Gooding Jr. won in '97.
Ugh.
You're right.
Oh, for that one. Oh,
Show me the money.
people go crazy over that movie.
Jerry Maguire.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen it.
I don't think I've seen the whole thing.
Yeah, that's because we're rebels, Anthony.
Yeah.
We're doing it for Bert.
Oh wait, Burt was 98. Let's see, 98.
Adam just making shit up.
Right.
He didn't win.
He didn't win. You can tell us who else.
Robin Williams. Robin Williams for Good Will Hunting.
Oh, what a
Good
movie!
Will.
And that's a great role.
I mean,
Yeah.
we got to give it to Robin. Rest in peace. He was great.
It's not your fault.
That's a good movie. That's yeah.
I didn't
But
like that.
Boogie Nights is fun. You know, that soundtrack is sick. You know, it's
Yeah.
just like it makes you appreciate disco a little bit more. You know, it's like there's some really good disco songs in there. And then it like one of my favorite scenes, the Night Ranger.
That's
Sister
insane.
Sister Christian.
It's so funny. And then,
Alfred Molina kills it in that.
and
Yeah.
they want to start a band and they got parachute pants on. Like I had that outfit. I know Jeff did. It's like the Chess King outfit with the sleeves off and the parachute pants. It's just so funny.
Dustin, I worked at Chess King.
Oh my God,
When I
that's
was in
right.
high school.
That's so funny. That's so, I love Chess King. You would have been a god to me. I'd been like, I just worship that store. Little skinny ties and oh yeah, it's good stuff. What about you, Jeff? What's a go-to favorite movie?
If I need inspiration for something, it's probably A Few Good Men because I think the performance of Nicholson, even though he's on screen for like between 22 and 25 minutes, he steals every scene. It's great. If I sometimes walk away from that movie thinking just like how worthless I am because it's like I will never in a million years be able to act as good as Nicholson did in that courtroom scene. But it's something you strive for. He is just it's the greatest courtroom scene I've ever seen. It's a great movie, but he won Best Supporting Actor. I don't think in the history of that award, no one has ever deserved it more than him for that role.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, there's definitely been some good roles, but he was fantastic in that. Yeah, he's you guys are picking kind of dark movies for like your go-to movies, which is interesting because we're all.
Well, it depends what you're going for. If you want romance, like a little bit of romantic movie, you put it on.
What's your romance movie,
I would,
Jeff?
Okay, see this is vulnerable Jeff now, and you guys are gonna make. But you guys
make fun of you. We can't. This is the love episode.
No, but you guys you will make fun of me on a different episode. Okay?
Maybe later.
Oh, Anthony's
when the next episode's
Anthony's
coming,
gonna
I'm gonna
isolate
keep a
the
list.
clip.
Yeah,
hey, I don't trust him. No, but I think
what?
Like for me, it's like oh god, this is
Just
so
say
embarrassing. Notting Hill.
Okay,
I don't know if I've seen Notting Hill.
That's Hugh Grant.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen it.
Hugh Grant, Julia Roberts. Oh, good. I'm glad you guys.
It looks good.
Okay.
It's such a wuss
dude. I
movie,
love
but-
Hugh Grant. I think he's fantastic. I love that dude. I think he's really funny and great timing. I think he's good. Love Actually, I like that movie. I think that's that's Hugh Grant's all over that. He's great. I don't think I know. I'm gonna see that movie because of you. It's like, so you watch that with your wife, or you watch it by yourself?
It's one of those. No, I sit there and cry at you, but no, no. It's like if I want to be like nice, and like let's watch like a nice romantic movie together. That'll be like the go-to movie. Okay. She likes it. It's very very charming. Hugh Grant is great in it. But it's a nice romantic movie.
I didn't see that coming. I was thinking Scarface or something, and you're just like, oh, Notting Hill. And that's a movie.
That and Steel Magnolias.
That's a pretty good movie. I like that movie. Dolly Parton acts her ass off in that. Anthony, what's a movie that you just like? If it's on, you'll watch it. If like you've seen it multiple times.
Could be some
Wayne's
weird
World.
Czechoslovakian. Really?
Wayne's
What
World.
is it?
Favorite movie of all time, Wayne's World.
Really? All right.
Yeah.
That makes sense. You are Wayne's World. That
I've
makes
seen
sense.
it like at least 50 times.
It's so funny. It was on the other day. I walked in. Leo was watching it. It was on. And
I'm never going to turn it off if it's on.
What about Wayne's World 2?
I like it. It's not as good as Wayne's
Underrated.
World
Come on,
1,
it's terrible.
but it's a great sequel.
Nope. Can't say
Oh,
that.
it's funny though.
Keep it
I'm sorry.
positive.
I'm sorry. I tell you, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was a really unbelievably real premise.
Interesting. Well, Anthony picked the only comedy. That's because mine is always, I've told you guys before, Escape from New York, which is one of my favorite movies. I've seen that 1,000 times. And so I think the three of us kind of picked the darker movies.
But if you have to pick a movie that you're going to watch with Leah, like a nice, like lighthearted movie, what are you going for? Like, what's a movie like we wouldn't think you would watch?
Well, one of my favorite movies, Big Fish, is like a movie that I love. I don't know. It's like anybody that's ever had any kind of complicated relationship with her father gets how great this movie is. And it's, what I'm talking about, Jeff? Have you seen it?
I've never seen it.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's a beautiful movie. It's, just about kind of his dad says all these big tales and he never quite believes them. And then, then it kind of like he starts to kind of come true that these are real stories. It's just a beautiful movie. It's really good. It's like a feel good thing. But, we watch a lot of like, I don't know, what do we watch together? I mean, we're excited about, you guys probably aren't into it, but we're excited about Indiana Jones, man. Like we're the new Indiana Jones coming out. Like we love all the stuff like that.
Very leery about it because I thought the first three were great. I thought the first one is one of the best summer movie blockbusters.
Yeah,
but the last couple have been.
I bet it's going to be good. Shia LaBeouf was like, we all can, he was a little complicated on set. So I think the tension in that movie too was probably crazy with Harrison Ford. So I think when you get Harrison Ford in a good mood, he makes a good movie. But I think when you have some kid on set that drives him crazy, he's probably walking through it. So I bet it's going to be good. I mean, you don't go out. I'm sure he wants to go out because take those later Rockies were good. Like Balboa was great. It
was great.
And so it was like, 5 was terrible, but then he did the Balboa, which was good, and then all the Creeds were good and stuff. So it's like, sometimes I think they make a bomb and then they pick it back up. So I'm excited. It's just a good, the fact that we still have Harrison Ford alive doing an Indiana Jones movie coming out before the 4th of July. That's pretty great. We're not going to have too many of those moments left.
Now he's 80 years old.
That's amazing.
80.
Yeah. Same age as the guy running the country. So who cares? If a guy can make important decisions, I think the guy can whip a bullwhip on camera. You know what I mean? Like, what's the big deal? People get angry about that. I can't believe that guy's 80. It's like, dude, it's Willie Nelson. All we're letting him do is play guitar. Like, he's not making any important decisions. Meanwhile, Joe Biden's pushing buttons and shit, and we're like, hey. And then we got the other guys running. It's crazy. And don't get me started on the old ass politicians we got going on. But let's see. So Dwayne's World, cool. All right. What else? Love. All right. So let's get back to the music, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's keep it. Let's make it weird. I'm gonna let Anthony go first. That's how much I love episode.
Wow.
I know I'd never do that because he's just gonna throw the whole show for a loop. But we don't care because it's the love episode. If there's anybody watching in the Twitch universe, please give us your favorite movie and your favorite song. If you could put that in the chat, we would really appreciate it. So if you're out there in Twitch world, I think Jake or Sarah, one of the 4 that are watching, favorite movie and favorite song. Put those in the chat, please. All right, Anthony, you're up.
All right. So I picked, one of the songs I picked is by a band called Superdrag, and they had a song in 1996 called Sucked Out, which was from their album Regrettably Yours. 1996, kind of a power pop, sort of maybe post-grunge alternative rock kind of sound. And the song is about sort of disdain for the music industry. And it has kind of some of my favorite lyrics in a song, which is in the second verse of the song. He goes, "Look at me, I can write a melody, but I can't expect a soul to care." I always thought that was just a great line to put. It's sort of meta. I gravitate towards these kind of meta songs about about the industry, and I like it. I think it's great. I love the whole album, and kind of underrated band, I think. Superdrag. You don't hear much about them.
Yeah, I I enjoy this. It definitely had your stamp on it. It's like you have a taste, my friend. You have a style. You have a lane. It's zeroed in. It is tunnel vision, and I love it. Yeah, it's very Weezer and kind of Ugly Kid Joe and Elvis Costello. Like, there's a lot of fun stuff happening in the way I interpreted it. I like that whiny scream he was doing. Yeah. It was like, yeah, it's kind of anthem nerd rock. It's I dug it. Yeah, I was feeling it. I feel like it was better than I thought it was going to be. So
Had you not heard this song before?
I haven't. I have not. I'm new to this band, so that was exciting. And what year were they? Like 90s?
This was 96. And it was like a MTV Buzz Clip or whatever they called it. Remember those? It was like buzzworthy music videos. This got a lot of MTV play at the time, and rock radio, but a lot of MTV play.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they do. They are. It does sound a little familiar with a lot of that '90s sound for sure. Yeah. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. Jeff, I know you're a huge fan. I saw you wore the shirt the other day. Super Drag.
Yes, I'm wearing one now. I listened to the songs without looking who picked them, and so yeah, I was like,
you knew who picked this.
Oh, of course. like Dustin said, you have a sound, my friend. You got it right. But this was actually, I liked it. I mean, it was good. I felt it was kind of like pop punk,
yeah.
And and even though it, I didn't know this was. I knew the song before. It was not a song I play a lot, but it's one of those songs that kind of get lost in the mix, and with all the music that comes out. But it's good. I'm just, I don't know. I'm trying to keep it positive.
Yeah.
So, right, that's what this episode's about.
I love this. This is like talking to your kids.
Right. So
you're gonna put it on the fridge.
So it doesn't much like Scrabble. I can't find the words here.
But I love it. See, nobody's defending anything.
But yeah, Anthony, this is
good vibe.
Yeah, this is the kind of song I thought you would pick.
Okay.
Well,
that sounds good.
Exactly.
I'm not
You pick good songs, Anthony. We love you, buddy. We love you. All right, Adam.
I liked. Oh yeah, this definitely was. It was one of those songs where I don't think I've heard this song in probably 20 years or so. And I remember liking it at the time, just never knowing that this was a super drag. And this was definitely a treat hearing this song again and being like, I completely forgot about this. This was a great and fun song.
Very cool. We're taking some chat stuff here. So we Tasty Snack says, favorite movie, Rocky Horror Picture Show. Solid.
Great one.
And favorite song, Pour Some Sugar on Me, Def Leppard. That comment is Jeff that is Jeff all the way. Jeff loves musicals and Jeff loves that kind of rock.
No, not that. I'll go deeper tracks with Def Leppard. That's not even in my top 10.
Doesn't matter. It's the love show. Rocky Horror Picture Show, I think that's a great movie. As a kid, we used to dress up and go do that at the theater and stuff, and
okay,
all that. So
nice.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's and it still holds up. And that thing's like 1,000 years old, and you watch it, it's still funny and biting, and really great.
Yeah, it's great.
Tim Curry is so amazing in that.
It's probably the best thing he's ever done.
One of them,
he's
for
great.
Sure. Yeah, I love him in that. I love him in Legend. As like
Home
the devil.
2.
Home Alone 2.
Was he
Blue? It.
Oh, he's great in It. Yeah,
He's so good.
That It movie's pretty bad, but he's great.
That It movie is so good until the giant spider. Once that happens, I'm like, oh, come on. But I really like the rest of it. Leading up to the spider, it's good.
It's like a mini series, and then Then the guy from the Waltons is in it. I don't know. It just seemed
John Ritter is there for
John
no reason
Ritter,
at all.
and then the guy Harry from Night Court is like one of.
Oh man, I used to love Night Court.
He plays the comedian or something, and it's just like, I don't know. It's okay. It's dated for sure. But anyway, cool. One more, size 23 more says, favorite movie, Wings of Desire.
I don't know that one.
Is that the, that's not the U2 film, like the U2.
Wings of Desire.
Soundtrack. It's like the Angels. Is that the movie about the angels that look down and guard us and stuff? It's black and white. Is that what that is? Wings of Desire. I think that's what that is. The black and white film about angels basically looking down and saying these people are crazy, but we'll still protect them. That kind of thing. What else we got here? Favorite song is impossible to answer. I kind of narrow it down to 900 songs and 15 albums. Really? You know, top 5? Come on, you can do a top 5. You get your playlist. That would be like, I say your favorite songs are basically like you're going on a car trip. You're putting a playlist together. What are 5, 10, 20 of those songs? I think.
But who are you in the car with?
True.
I think about my audience a little bit.
If I'm with you, I'm playing Sucked Out.
All Pat Benatar. That's what he's playing. I don't know if that matters. I mean, I don't know. I think if I'm driving, then that's a whole other thing. Then if I'm driving and I'm doing the list, then you just got to be like on board with the party I'm throwing. But if you're driving, then I'll go with your party and whatever you're going with. But I think that's the rules to, car trip, car music. Whoever's car it is gets to be in charge unless you make some arrangement.
I think, Dustin, if you and I were driving, we'd be up, we'd be talking, we'd be enjoying the music. If me and Anthony were driving, I'd probably take a nap. Okay.
While you were driving, wow.
Anthony,
while I was driving,
you and Anthony like the same kind of music. You do. You like Aerosmith. You like.
There's a lot of overlap.
There is overlap.
Like I could put together an in the car playlist that Jeff would love, that I would also enjoy.
That's the key.
If I was thinking about, if I was putting it together and I was like, okay, let me pick stuff that I like that I know Jeff will like. I could do it. We could drive 8 hours.
It's possible.
I could put together 8 hours of music that we both like.
Let's do it, Adam, and we'll film it, and that'll be. We'll just show that for the next 3 weeks. That'll be the show. That'd actually be funny.
Every song starts, and I'm just looking at him like, what do you think? Huh? It's pretty good, huh? Yeah, this is a good one.
Yeah, and Adam and I will drive in a separate car, and so, but we'll meet you guys there.
All Radiohead.
No, if we did all Radiohead, we'll be driving off a cliff. Like we got to break it up a little bit. All Radiohead.
And then I guess Adam is not driving.
Adam is not driving. He does do a lot of Radiohead. All right, so let's go, Jeff. This is gonna be crazy.
Okay, so we had picked 2, so I'm gonna go with this one first. I'm gonna really put Anthony to the test here. I picked "Rain on the Scarecrow" by everyone's favorite John Mellencamp. I think it is a great song. It's a powerful song. It's a song that I thought this album really showed John Cougar's John Mellencamp's songwriting. I think this and Lonesome Jubilee are his 2 best albums by far. But I thought this was a real angry song. He is paying nobody any quarter on this one, especially with the line in the song, calling it your job sure don't make it right, but if you want, I could say a prayer for your soul tonight when they come to, the tax guys come to repossess the farm, or the banker. I love this song. I think this is the song that inspired and led to Farm Aid. I really think this is a great American songwriter and a great song.
It is. This is, it's kind of one of those songs where it's like, a lot of times, songs aren't telling stories. So they're just, they're telling fictitious stuff or whatever, things that aren't important or whatever. I mean, this is obviously something that's dear to his heart. And and during that time, the American farmers and things like that were kind of like going obsolete, and everybody's eating processed food, and we're all suffering because of it. It's like people don't realize how important these things are. these jobs and these people that, basically built this country, and farmers are one of those people. So yeah, this is a good, it's very Johnny Cash to me. It's telling a story. It's very, I really try to get into it. And obviously, I do have a thing where it's hard for me to get into John Cougar Mellencamp, but I feel like, I was waiting for some kick-ass solos, and that never happened. So I had to really kind of like lock into the story of the song, and I think that's it wasn't easy, but I enjoyed it. I gave everything I got. I'm out of words.
I don't think he has a great band. He has one of the best drummers in music, and Kenny Onoff on this song. I did,
but I was waiting for some fun solos and stuff. I didn't really, because that's what's so great about Jack and Diane and some of those songs.
Yeah.
It's like a guitar solo.
Just more breaks. It's very like chorus driven. And it's just like it's fun. It's a good song. It's just like, but like your other pick, I really loved because of all that. There was so many. There was so many breaks, so much musical things happening, and that's what I kind of fell in love with your guy. I don't think I quite fell in love with this guy. So it's like there's a conversion that happened listening to the other song. This one I still feel similar, but I can appreciate that this was, story driven and important at the time and all of that stuff. Adam, big Mellencamp guy.
Not a big Mellencamp guy, but I did really like this song. I think this is probably my favorite off of Scarecrow. I think this is it reminds me a lot of Springsteen, which is probably why I like this song. But yeah, it's great lyrics. It's a powerful song, and I really enjoyed it.
Anthony.
Oh boy. Okay. I was hoping that this wouldn't be the first one of the Jeff. So, I like that it seems on Apple Music it came up as John Cougar Mellencamp. I like that he was John Cougar, then later he was John Mellencamp, but in between he was John Cougar Mellencamp. I like that. I like that about.
What do you like about the song?
If you're looking for a song about farmers that sounds like Tom Waits is singing it, this is the song.
Well, that's not him doing the chorus. That's the other guy, right? Who's that?
Oh, that's the other guy.
Right? Who's doing the chorus with him?
I noticed that two guys wrote it.
Yeah. That's another guy, right, Jeff? There's another guy.
Oh yeah.
No, that's John Mellencamp.
That's just him by himself.
That's him. Yeah.
It had a story. It's very American. It's a very American song. If you're looking for that, this one. I liked that. I was also waiting for like a crazy solo. And then at the end, there was like something. It was like on the guitar. I was like, "I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah, give me."
Yeah, it was kind of at the end, right? It was kind of
that little high note at the end for 10 seconds. I liked it. That was my favorite part.
Well, the guitar solo is the bridge that takes you to the final chorus.
Oh, I didn't notice a solo other than the little thing that he does at the end.
Yeah, it wasn't much of a solo. It wasn't like a crazy.
But I did like that. I liked that guitar playing. Towards the end of the track. I wanted more of that.
Good job, guys, huh?
And so we got Anthony to say something nice about John.
Right?
He likes that. He liked that at one point he was a cougar, right?
He was. Yeah, he was Cougar Mellencamp.
Cougar. No, he's not a cougar. All right, that's okay, Adam. It's okay. All right, just keep going. We'll be fine. All right, so we'll do. I won't do back to back. I don't want Anthony to have an aneurysm, so I'll pick the other one before I do that one.
Do it.
I'll wait.
I was surprised by some of the stuff on here.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing. I like the idea. Like I said, social experiment. I like to see, because I think you can find something good in any kind of art if you look for it. A lot of times people just don't try to look for it because it's like, oh, this isn't my thing, and then they check out. And I'll do the other. All right. So we'll do Take It Easy by the Eagles, everybody. This is one of those songs you can't get away from. It's been coming at you since 72. This is a song, and like I said, if you know anything about my Eagles, experiment, I only like this album. This is the album that I love because I think it's top to bottom the greatest hits. I feel like Eagles is kind of like drugs and stuff. Like too much goes a long way. Like you just you don't need too much Eagles. But I feel this is a perfect Eagles album, and I got it for $12, which is always fun at the half price bookstore. And Take It Easy is one of those songs that Jackson Browne, I believe, wrote this with Glenn Frey, and it was like their first single, really. This is like the Eagles' introduction to the Eagles with this song, and I really just enjoy the harmony of this song. It's just like it's a feel good song. It's definitely a car song, definitely a CVS song, but it's a song that's everywhere. But it's funny, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, they said it was one of the 500 songs that shaped rock. Like, it's an important song to a lot of people. It's funny that Jackson Browne co-wrote it, and then he tried to release it like a year later, which I thought was kind of weird. And he sang it and released it, and it didn't chart at all. Like, it was like this song, it didn't go anywhere. But it's one of the biggest hits the Eagles ever had. And then Travis Tritt actually covered it on
great version
Common Thread tribute album to the Eagles, and that was so good. And he had the Eagles in the video and everything, right. And then it sparked a reunion. And these guys hadn't talked to each other. If you've seen the documentary for like 13 years, they hated each other, and this kind of like created a reunion for them. But I just, this is definitely a part of my childhood. And it's, you've heard me talk on here before where I feel a lot of songs get overplayed and a lot of songs are kind of like down your throat and you just can't take them anymore. And that happens a lot for me. And, I'll be listening to classic rock and I'll be like, dude, I just can't do it anymore. And it'll be like a great band. It'll even be the bands I love, like AC/DC. I'm like, all right, dude, I've heard, You Shook Me All Night Long 10,000 times. I can't hear it right now. so that does happen to me. And that's one of my bands. And the Eagles, you start to be like, here's this song again. And most Eagles songs probably kind of give you a little bit of fatigue. But for some reason, I like this, slowing it down in a flatbed Chevy just to take a look at me. Like, I don't know. I just love all the lyrical stuff that's happening in this song. And, I'll start with Jeff. You seem like you're an Eagles guy.
I'm a huge Eagles guy. Yeah. I actually got to work with them a bunch of times, so that was really cool. But this is great. I mean, this is, the story with the Eagles. Henley and Glenn Frey, they were backup musicians in Linda Ronstadt's band. Oh, okay. And they wanted to start their own band, and she kind of gave them a blessing, and they needed a guitar player, and they wound up getting Bernie Leadon, and he was more of kind of like a country western guitarist. He winds up staying on for a couple albums. The band drastically changes when they bring in Don Felder, and then later on Joe Walsh and even Timothy B. Schmidt. He's not even on this. This is the original bass player, Randy Meisner.
So Walsh is not on this song?
Walsh isn't on it. Felder isn't in the band yet, and neither is Timothy B. Schmidt. This is when they're a four-piece, and if you listen to this album, because this had Witchy Woman, Peaceful Easy Feeling. Yeah. This is really, if you listen to this album, it has a very country western sound to it, which is a little bit of a departure from the later on, especially when you get into like albums like The Long Run.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, but I like it. I mean, this is a song. I mean, this came out in '72, and it still holds up. I mean, I still, I think this is still a great song, and I love the update of that Travis Tritt put on it. He didn't mess with the arrangement enough, but made it a little bit his own sound. This is great. So yeah, this is an absolute home run. This is a great song.
Yeah, it's a good road. When you say it's a good road song, I feel like
great road song. Absolutely.
Definitely one you can listen to. Let's get it over with. Anthony.
Well, I feel like
just for the viewers or listeners, Anthony historically hates the Eagles, so that's why I picked him just to put him in a corner and see how he does. So this is very exciting for me. All right, what do you got?
I'm going to tell you this right now.
There's no cougar in this.
There's no cougar. They were not Eagles Cougar Mellencamp. This is an Eagles song that I like.
Hey!
Wow, there we go.
I did not know such a song existed.
Okay.
It doesn't exactly it kind of reminds me of stuff like the band or things like that I do like. Not quite Creedence, but it's got that
in the
kind
ballpark.
of. It's somewhere. It's closer than the Eagles usually are to that kind of sound, and that's a sound that I like. It's a little country. It's like kind of AM radio rock.
That's right.
But it's I liked it. I liked it a lot. I thought it was it's a song that I knew, but I don't know that I knew it was the Eagles because I'm so busy hating Hotel California that
this is a different sound.
I like this sound. This sound I like.
Like I actually do have another Eagle album, and it is Hotel California. I actually own it, but I can see where that song can, make you not like the Eagles because it is a little. It's like it's a little much. It's just like, okay, I get it. You're talented. Like it's a lot. Whereas this stuff is kind of more early. Let's just jam out and do a good song and work with other talented people. And
I think musicianship, the later incarnation of the Eagles, is much more talented than this incarnation. But I think when it came to songwriters, the other thing is, with Jackson Browne, the Eagles and Jackson Browne lived in the same house.
Oh, cool.
Jackson Browne lived downstairs. The Eagles lived upstairs.
Oh, that's
and then to tie it, it was really the impact of songwriting on Glenn Frey was Jackson Browne when he was writing "Doctor My Eyes." He for 3 days he would just keep playing that "Doctor My Eyes," and was trying
Recording
to come up with a verse to it. The other songwriter who influenced Frey was.
Recording in progress.
Was Bob Seger, who you brought up earlier in the show, and so you can definitely hear again a way different sound. They didn't want to be pegged as a country western band, so that's when they brought in Don Felder because he would come in when they want to record another album. He would just play leads, and they was like, this guy's just insane. He's just an insanely great guitarist, and then the sound becomes completely different.
Yeah, I think I like them a little more country than I do when they go rock. I mean, I love Joe Walsh. He adds, a different element to him, obviously. But I think like Anthony was saying, it kind of sounds like more of that 70s rock that was happening, that, 70s van rock. That's what I would call it.
Well, I think you nailed it right when you said AM rock. It is like an AM rock song.
Yeah. AM, van, whatever. It's
in a good way though. That was a compliment.
Yeah.
I like that guy.
When you want to take it easy, you put this on.
When you want to,
right.
It delivers on the title is exactly what you get. You're gonna take it easy.
Sit down, bust open a Bud Light, listen to a little take it easy.
Right.
So Adam, do you take it easy or what? What's your deal with this song?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm not much of an Eagles fan, but this is definitely one of my favorites of theirs. This and Desperado.
Desperado. See, I don't love that shit either. That's a lot.
There's something cool. Like this song sounded cool, even though it's like the AM was not considered like cool rock. There's something cool sounding about this that I don't get from a lot of the other later hits.
Well, I think Jackson Browne helps.
Sound cool to me.
I think Jackson Browne helps a lot. So not that I know much about him, but I assume that helps.
Anytime Jackson Browne's on a song, it's never a bad thing.
What else is he? Has he done other collaborations?
Yeah, because remember, a few episodes ago, you brought up something by the Indigo Girls, and they had a great song called Galileo. Yeah. And Jackson Browne helped write the song, and he performs on it. When they go and do the Tonight Show with Leno, Jackson Browne is just the background singer in it, and he came on the show with them.
Oh, that's great. Adam, did you have anything else you want to add? I thought we might have cut you off or something.
Oh, yeah, I was just going to say, it's just, and you said it before, it's this laid back, just really chill vibe for it is really what kind of drives it. And, you know, it's one of those songs that, you know, I feel like I have this visual of it of like, you know, being at like an outdoor bar and you see a lot of, you know, you'll see a lot of boomers out there with their Hawaiian shirts on, just dancing to this, or, you know, it's just such a chill, like,
I try to take that element out of it, and then I can enjoy the Eagles.
I never seen anyone dance to this song.
Yeah, who's dancing to Take It Easy?
I don't know.
How would you dance? Listen, I'm a phenomenal dancer, but I don't even know if I can dance to this
I would do something like this.
All right, Adam, take us home with your crazy song. Go ahead. What do you got?
All right, I'll be pretty fast with this one. I picked Future Island Seasons Waiting on You from 2014 Singles. And this is just, this song is the song that kind of broke through it. And part of the reason, I don't know if you guys watched the video I sent you, was their appearance on Letterman, where Sam Herring was doing this weird kind of like angular dance, and he was howling this kind of death metal growl, and it just went viral, the clip. And you can see at the end too, it was them, just the band, putting their all into it. Letterman loved it. I mean, it seemed genuine at the end, how much he was into that song and that performance. But I think it's synth pop. It's like indie synth pop. It's just and a lot of their songs are emotional. They're more like kind of like romantic electronic pop. And I don't know, it's just something about it feels summery to me. And I you know, this song got me into them, and yeah, it's a song I enjoy.
Yeah. You know, I have a love-hate with synthesized music and synth music or whatever. And yeah, you always find a band that I don't think I'm going to like, and then I end up kind of liking them. And I think you know, this is one of those bands. His voice is great, I think, and there's a nice build in this song. Like, it's that it builds up and it kind of, you know, comes together. But I think his voice is great. I don't, you know, like I said, I'm not drawn always to the sound of the music, but his voice really did it for me. I thought it was great. Anthony.
I liked this. It's the most modern, I think, of any of our picks. It has maybe the only song with. Is it the only song with keyboard? It's pretty heavy keyboard.
Yeah,
I think so.
On it, and which
keyboard's not piano.
Yeah, keyboard, like synth kind of sound. It was cool. I was into this. I didn't know the song. Actually, when I saw the Future Island as a pick, I was thinking of Lonely Island. I was like, oh, that's weird that somebody picked Lonely Island for this show. But so it wasn't funny, but it was enjoyable. I liked it. I would listen to more. I didn't know their stuff.
Jeff,
it is a great album.
Let's see. We keep it positive, right?
Keep it positive, baby.
Okay.
Come on, you gotta
do it another.
Got a good groove.
Next week we gotta keep it positive too.
Okay, so I guess one of the things I could say, at least this wasn't his other pick. So I mean, that's positive. That's positive.
I don't like where this is headed.
There is there is no mention of Cougar or Mellencamp in this. And to some people, they would find that positive too. And the other thing I could say, I'm glad you enjoy it, Adam.
Hilarious.
All right,
everybody. Thank you so much for enjoying the love episode. Jinda on Twitch says car penis for some random reason. Yeah, Jinda, he loves penis, so we're gonna make sure that he gets his shout out. This has been a fun episode. We're going to do a part 2. We're going to keep the love train going. So next week we'll do our other picks. And thank you for listening to us here and watching us and all that stuff. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and watch us here every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Pacific. And we love you guys. And we love that we get to talk about the music that we love. And nobody was mean today. It was amazing. And so next week, no mean. 2 weeks, no mean. It's going to be about
being nice.
Yeah, you guys end up breakdowns. All right. See you later, everybody.
So love.